sister power going on this couch right now. I love sister power, you know that. We've got Double Diamond, Kristina Taylor, and why don't you just paint a little picture about your life before It Works, because this is kind of fun.
Yeah, before I started It Works, I had 2 babies, so they were big babies. They were 9 and 9.5 pounds, and I gained 55 pounds with both of them. So I definitely had some issues with sagging skin and stretch marks and things like that. I actually got stretch marks all the way down my calves, which was a real treat. And I was in a dark place with it, but I ate really well, or what I considered to be well. I don't eat fast food, and I think that whenever you eat more good food than bad food, that's eating really well. And I worked out a lot, and I just kind of was in this place where I do what I can, I do as much as I think I can, but it's not ever going to go away unless I have surgery. So I just was kind of living in a really content state of, yes, I'm really sad about what my body at 24, if I would have known that the last time I could wear a bikini was when I was 24, I would have walked around and won a lot more. But I was living in that place where I was like, okay, well, this is my body. I just kind of have to get over it. So.
Okay, so you looked at our products, though, the wraps, the different things, and what was the quote that you said these products were for what kind of people?
Okay, so let me say this. When I thought it was just like a lazy person's get skinny fast. I was really skeptical. Connie had done the wrap and had really good results, and I was like, well, you just had triplets. Of course that's going to come off really fast. I didn't believe in it at all. I believe in hard work and diet and exercise, so I was like, no, I'm not going to wrap. I thought it was just for lazy people who wanted to get skinny really fast.
And here's what I absolutely love about her story and her honesty about it is that there's so many times I've blitzed and someone says, I don't need that. Or you talk to someone about maybe getting on the greens and they're like, I am normal, I'm always feeling fine, I'm good. And then they go on the product and they notice the difference. And I've really noticed that our society has a really low bar for health. It's not really hard to reach it. You wake up tired, that's normal and that's cool because I'm healthy eating my vegetables, apparently. So I love that you're so honest about that because your bar was kind of low for your standard.
It was just like eating good and working out like three to 5 times a week. And when she approached me about it, I was like, absolutely not. I'm not good luck to you, best wishes, but I am not putting a wrap on my body. I don't want to turn into a troll in 3 years. You don't even know what's in that. Are you crazy? I wouldn't touch it.
There's got to be more chemicals than a drive-through, right?
Right?
So, okay, you go on some products, you started to try some things, and what did you start noticing? What did you go on? What did you notice?
So she finally reeled me in to start selling with her whenever, just the financial aspect of it. I wanted to stay home more with my kids. And so I still wouldn't try a wrap even after I started selling, which is kind of mildly embarrassing. But with my $120 in free product credit, I got the stretch mark cream and the defining gel, and just had crazy good results. It was 2 weeks after I started using them consistently that the stretch marks on my legs had just almost vanished. And so I was like, okay, I think that I did a lot of research. I'm one of those people that I needed to know every single ingredient, and I Googled every single ingredient. What a waste of time. Clearly they work. And so then I tried the wraps, and the first wrap or two, I didn't see a huge difference, but I kept wrapping, and I want to say the picture that I submitted was my 5th wrap, and I just had amazing results, and now I wrap consistently about once a month just to maintain and use the defining gel, and my stomach's completely changed.
So nutrition was really important to you before.
Yeah.
You were eating right, eating healthy. Sometimes that might not be enough. You said you got on the greens, you started feeling better, but where was that time when you thought, I really need to make sure I'm taking care of my body?
Yeah, our mom got diagnosed with breast cancer about 2 years ago, and shortly thereafter, she found out that she was BRCA2 positive, which is it's a mutation in your genes that basically is saying that you have a higher risk than just the average person of getting breast and ovarian cancer in your lifetime. And so what that meant for us was we then too had a 50% chance of having that genetic mutation. So
at that very moment, though, what goes through your head when you're thinking, I have a chance?
Yeah, I just kind of felt like, yeah, I thought it was going to be her. She's always got stuff wrong with her. I just thought to myself, we're selling these products. I had never tried the greens. I did not want to drink some weird powder. Wouldn't do it.
Did the thought of maybe your kids one day in the future cross your mind?
The thought of maybe not living as healthy as I could, knowing that I had these 2 babies, it scared me. And I read somewhere that cancer can't live in an alkaline system, and so I'm like, okay, I've got greens that alkalize your body's pH. So it was at that moment for me, I thought, before I find out if I am carrying this mutation, I want to just equip myself, and I want to be as healthy as I can be. And so I started the greens, and then I kind of realized that I wasn't as healthy as I thought that I was. I was having all of these things happen. My digestion completely changed, and my allergies, it's helped my allergies a lot. It's helped my energy, but I just felt like I wanted to be as healthy as I could going into it, and it turned out that I did have the genetic mutation. So
I think it's cool that you raised your standard of your own health. I mean, it was down here, and now you've got something set so much higher for yourself and your family.
Yeah, I think that I just feel better knowing that if I do have this gene, I can be fighting it before and just be really preventative with my health. And so that was important to me, and it's important that my kids see that, because now they have a 50% chance of having it.
Yeah, they can see you fighting, and they can see you, being this strong, amazing woman. And again, like we said with you, it's really cool when people see your self-esteem going up because of these products. But is there a specific person that might have noticed your results?
I think my husband noticed a lot. I complained a lot about my legs whenever I got my stretch marks. I really liked my legs before my kids. Let me just say that. Everyone has something that they really like, and I had good legs. And so to then go from not being able to be 24, I can't even wear shorts anymore. It was hard, and I complained. I was the first of all of my friends to have babies. So here all of my friends are going out wearing cute short dresses and shorts, and I just whined a lot to him. Like, what am I going to wear? I'm going to have to wear leggings again or tights. And he just was really over it because he just saw our kids as a blessing. And he's like, why do you care? You look great. Who cares if you have stretch marks? And I'm just like, whatever. You're a guy, you don't get it. So once that changed, he really noticed my self-esteem changing, and especially my legs. But once I wrapped, he was just like, wow. Because he wasn't particularly on board in the very beginning, so once he started seeing me have these amazing results and being more confident is when he really jumped on board. So
awesome. So where are you going from here? What are your next goals? Health and business.
I feel like we're on a really good path together. We work the business together, and so we're just working on getting her to presidential, which she's filled her boxes for, which we're excited about, and just staying on this healthy path. I just want to keep doing what I'm doing because I finally feel really good about it. And
awesome. Thank you so much, Kristina Taylor, for sharing your story. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, I'm so excited. I get to announce Mackenzie Schultz, ambassador, because it changed on the notes. What was it, like 3 weeks you were an ambassador or something like that?
Yeah, 3 weeks.
Congratulations. That was so exciting. And I love getting to know you and hearing your story, because there are going to be a lot of people that can absolutely relate to what you did. And you made such changes in an entire year. I mean, it's a lot to accomplish. So tell us what it was like just before you were introduced to It Works. Paint us a picture.
Sure. So I'm a mom to twin boys, and they, when I joined the business, were a little over 3 years old. So I was past the point of any excuse of not losing the baby weight or not being at my optimum health, but I was tired all the time. I hadn't lost the baby weight yet, and I could take a nap at any point. I ate poorly. I had a coffee in the morning, which wasn't just a coffee. It was a sugar-filled coffee. And then that just set me up for failure the rest of the day, because then I would crave bad food the whole rest of the day, and that's why I was tired. But I guess I really just didn't feel like I had a reason to change. I just was going through that every day and thought, I'm a mom, I'm busy, I don't need to do anything different, I'm okay.
Not only that, it's kind of an addictive cycle. Your body starts to crave those, crazy things when they're not getting the nutrition it needs. So
Totally.
All right. Well, what was your motivation? Then tell us, what was rock bottom?
Rock bottom was I promoted very quickly in this company, and I had success with the business. But I felt like I wasn't a product of the product, and that was beginning to get a little hard for me, that I just wanted to be strong in my confidence and then just say, like, these products are working for me. So I wanted to make a change. So I was making excuses for the supplements and not taking them. And I knew the greens worked. I heard people talking about them, but I wasn't taking them daily. So I wasn't seeing the benefits that everybody was speaking so highly of. So I just made a change and just said, okay, I am not making an excuse for not having time to take the supplements. I'm not going to make an excuse for not eating a little bit better. And that's what I did. I just decided, today's the day. Took my before photo. My husband took it in our basement, and I said, tomorrow I'm starting. I'm going to take the greens. I'm going to take the It's Vital, and I'm going to eat it healthier.
Absolutely. You're a beautiful creature of God, and you decided to treat your body like a temple. Let that sit in for a moment. There was one time I heard somebody talking about that conference, and they're saying, I'm going to treat my body like a temple the way I should. I love myself, and that's really what it's about, right? Mm-hmm. So, which products did you start on? What were your favorite? Tell us a little bit about how the journey gets going.
Yeah, so I think mine's a little different than most people. I think when most people hear that they want to take to lose weight, they'll take ThermoFit or Fat Fighters. Well, I actually started mainly with It's Vital Complete Nutrition Pack, and then the greens. That's kind of what I really started with. And I always tell people when I'm talking about the It's Vital Complete Nutrition Pack that our bodies are similar to like Swiss cheese, where we have lots of holes. So even if we're eating right, there's still going to be gaps in our nutrition. So the complete nutrition will kind of go in and fill those gaps. So I felt like just so much better just by taking that and the greens. Then I lost weight. And I started adding in the ThermoFit, and I took Fat Fighters as needed, but mainly I was trying to eat healthy, so I wasn't needing the Fat Fighters.
Would you say that, like, when you start to feed it more nutrition, you were craving more nutrition?
Totally.
It's like you can either go down the path of the bad and crave the bad, or the good? Is that kind of how?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it got me off my cycle of saying, drinking that coffee in the morning and then just going all day long and eating bad things, I also took Confianza, which I was a stress eater. And we know this business is sometimes stressful. So I think that helped a lot, because just taking the Confianza just kind of relaxed my nerves, and just it helped me not reach for that next bag of chips or
that for that that feeling you didn't like having. Stress.
Yes.
So that's cool. I mean, you pinpointed why you were starting to eat. You pinpointed why you were filling gaps, and you're able to correct it. That's a really good accomplishment in itself, right? And so how'd you stay on track? Times do get tough and things come up. Life comes up. How did you do it?
Absolutely. And I'm a work in progress, and I think probably anybody is,
Always.
And I was a yo-yo dieter, and I have been for years, and I still struggle with it, absolutely. And I still would love to lose more weight. In those photos that are up that were posted, I had lost 16 pounds in 6 weeks in those, and I'm still going to keep moving on, but I think a big part of it for me is just telling my team that you don't have to be a supermodel to be successful in this company. You need to be comfortable in your own skin, and so it doesn't matter what number is on the scale. It's about your journey and feeling good in your own skin. So,
Absolutely.
That was the part I got over that for a while. Like I said, I promoted quickly, so it wasn't something that stood in my way. But it stands in a lot of people's ways, and a lot of people feel like they can't stand on stage because they aren't happy with themselves. Or, gosh, I'm getting emotional about it, but But I think that we need to understand that you've seen people on this stage this weekend that we're all different shapes and sizes, and that's okay. Because when you blitz somebody and they might look at your stomach, we were talking about this backstage, that as soon as you blitz somebody, they usually look down right at your stomach. But they don't know where you started. They don't know if you've lost 100 pounds. And so for me, it was a lot of just not wanting to take the naps anymore and just feeling better. That was huge for me, and I just feel like my confidence is back.
Absolutely, it's releasing everything that you're holding on to, that you're trying to hide behind, and you're letting your true self shine through. That's
right.
That's pretty cool. So how, tell us a little more, like, how did that feel after it's falling off now? What does the day look like? Tell us how it feels.
It feels really good. And, I posted my my journey on Facebook, as I was losing the weight. And I think that was really good for me because it held me accountable. And so when I would see people in person, they would say, oh, I can tell you're losing weight, you look great, or I saw that you saw your journey, and it was just a good reminder of to keep going because people knew I was doing it. So I wanted to continue how I was, taking those supplements, and if you miss a day, that's okay, just get back on it. And like I said, it's still going to be a struggle for me, but I feel so much better, and I know the products work, and I know that I can speak so highly of those products that I mentioned because they've made a huge difference for me.
So there's one quote that stood out in your mind when you signed up, and now it's really come around. What was that quote?
Yeah, I saw this quote early in the business. Mike Patillo says, give us a year and we'll give you your life. And that could not be more true. I signed up with this business a year ago, and not only financially are we so much better off than we were. I mean, last March we were selling things on Craigslist to try to help pay for some of our debt. And, last month we earned a $75,000 bonus. So in 1 year. And so just give yourself a year, and whether it's physically, emotionally, or financially that you need to make a change, you can do it in a year. And I think that's what's so cool. And Mike's quote is just perfect. Give us a year, we'll give you your life, and it's so true.
Yeah, commit to yourself. Commit for that time, and maybe the year passed, recommit yourself again, and just keep going through your journey. Like we always hear Debbie Sasick say, "Your journey is your journey," and then that's true with a business, but it's also true with health and wellness and the life and the journey that you're on. And all that really matters is how we feel about ourselves and loving ourselves. And that's why one of my favorite quotes, or the ways I like to think about this weight loss journey, is that you shouldn't go change because you hate your hips, you hate your stomach, you hate your stretch marks. I feel like you should make a change because you absolutely love yourself. And when you start to really truly love yourself, and you love all parts about you, you love the way you are right now, no matter if it's overweight, because your weight, it doesn't reflect your self-esteem or your confidence. It should not be intertwined at all. You should just change because you absolutely love yourself. So a huge round of applause. Thank you so much to this panel for coming out and being so open.